Oh, okay. Yeah, so Zain could play virtually anybody here. I'm guessing Eugenia. It is Eugenia. Potemkin. Oh, boy. All
That
right. Battle
is a
of...
funny matchup. Feel like Potemkin just is relatively unbothered by having his card swept away.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
on the other hand, the potential for just like a really high damage, like um, hmm. I would say like a high damage color spray could stun his sweep, but not on initiate unless he's already low enough that it's stun immune.
Not easily,
So
yeah. The, Yeah, I think generally speaking, Potemkin's stats squish Eugenia's. The main thing is that attacking his resources is pretty real. He can just run
hmm.
out of ways to get in. And if she also denies him gauge by evading or stunning some of his more reliable attacks, Slidehead, not a card a lot of people can get rid of, but may well get stunned by Wearlight, right? She has a 6 power attack at range 4. Sorry,
Yep.
she has an attack that can deal 6 damage at range 4. Um, for posterity, Wearlight has a hit effect that can cause opponents to reveal at least, or and to discard at least one card. And Eugenia's ability is, whenever she forces the opponent to discard one more card, if she can reveal a card with the same printed speed, she will deal 2 non-lethal damage, cumulative with other damage dealt during the strike, meaning Wearlight is often effectively 6 power. But yeah, so Wearlight most notably, which can stun Slidehead, Hammerfall if she initiates. Hammerfall, of course, being subject to being stunned by dive by everybody, but most people don't dive into Potemkin. That's giving him what he wants. Um,
Notably, until she has Queen of Hearts up, no. Some characters actually have the privilege to have like their own faster mid speed that breaks Potbuster. Doesn't look like any of her cards will do that job.
yeah, I think in initiating Potbuster, uh, she just has to dive or cross positioning permitting. So I'm not seeing. Yeah, no, that depends on if she has transformations in play, or if she has, as you say, Queen of Hearts up. The unhinged transformation might give her extra damage where she needs it, and the hanging by a thread transformation pretty much always gives her extra damage when she needs it, if she can get it online.
Yep.
Yep. So for posterity, transformations are permanent upgrades to your character that interplay when you either hit with the attack that they're printed on, or if you take an action to discard one, put the other into play. Notably, they take the place of boosts, so characters with transformations tend to have a worse neutral. Potemkin, a character from Season 7, Guilty Gear Strive, has access to cancels, as well as a different suite of normal boosts. Cancels being, there we go, that icon, the little clock with the gauge icon. After playing a boost that has a cancel icon, you may spend a gauge if you do take another action, allowing them to end neutral in a heartbeat if they have meter. I think that covers our season mechanics. Alright, Potemkin here at range 4.
Notably, also transforms just mean you have access to fewer boosts, and that's certainly true of Eugenia. Her
Mm-hmm.
boosts are that she has are a little niche. We might actually see off with her head in this matchup. Seems good against a grappler,
Oh, true.
theoretically.
Yeah, Potemkin, one of the handful of people that might choose not to get pushed. Alright. Now, Potemkin does have an absurd amount of armor, right? His effective life is very high, just due to armor printed on his boosts and his attacks, and hey, look, even more armor. And until Eugenia has her bonus damage online from hanging by a thread, her damage, like, even with her character ability, is not really remarkable.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because a lot of the time the counterplay to season 7 by earlier seasons is to like before they have the gauge to start doing cancels, you feel a little happier about your neutral compared to theirs. But in the case of season 2, it might be that you're already at the start feeling a little bad about your neutral, and it just gets worse from there.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, Eugenia, notably unimpressive neutral, does not have stats printed on any of her boosts, has some interesting resource manipulation for the most part. And Potemkin edging ever closer, one step at a time.
On the other hand, Potemkin has given her just like the opportunity to play Shimmer of Madness right now if she wants to. Probably trades down into anything, but is dealing threatening enough damage to stun unguarded moves.
True. Yeah. Yeah, Potemkin would like to be able to play absolutely anything here and can't necessarily do that. 3 armor is not enough to get through a 4 damage Shimmer of Madness. And that is definitely what Eugenia wants to play, though whether she can afford to is a choice she'll have to make. course, that's where the mix-up comes in, right? So I don't remember if I finished saying. I think I was going to say at one point, like, it's a grappler mirror, because Eugenia is a half grappler. She has some nasty command grabs. This could be the comically unsafe but potentially absurdly high damage color spray for 9. It could also just be EX Spike. It could be EX Wear Lights.
Not super likely this turn, but it could be also the Plot Hook, which is theoretically an interesting card in this matchup. When you get cornered against Potemkin, if you're not all the way in the corner, just push him into the corner.
True.
Give yourself the whole board to retreat back
across.
Yeah,
drag him into the corner and maybe follow up with cross. That would make sense.
But...
Focus. Okay. Is it the mid-speed? It is. Okay.
Oh, it is the color spray.
Color
okay.
Spray. Not going to stun that, though. That is going to be 5 armor. Absolutely absurd.
Yep. Depending on what the sweeps, we could see as much as 9 damage, though. So,
yeah,
trading up potentially even into this boost.
Yes, probably going to trade up. Speeds are 1 and 6. Do we see perhaps a Shimmer reveal? Nope, a Cat's Cradle reveal. Okay, so that is a total of 9. Minus 5 armor is 4 damage, putting Potemkin at 26. EX power probably forgot.
Yeah, let them know, I guess.
They got it.
No, they've got it.
All right.
Okay.
And then
focus hitting back for
4 minus 1 equals 3.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, trading up against Burly Hard Focus. That happened.
Yep.
Both color sprays down, though. A lot harder for Potemkin to be afraid of her at close range. Not that he was likely to, but, it's not that counts.
Very true. Though now the random Wild Swing could always... The extra damage is potentially relevant against some of Potemkin's breakpoints. Potentially.
That is true. Yeah, Unhinged could actually be helpful here. Potemkin closing in. All right. We are engaged. But it's not engaged yet. Yeah, so this encourages Eugenia to get the heck out of range 1, but that will give Potemkin an extra gauge to work with, putting Gigantic High online, potentially letting him do more cancels. She also might just initiate without fear here. I kind of think we're going to see the Cat's Cradle boost. Like, we saw that attack revealed, and it has a boost that is often good to use when the opponent has low on hand size.
And on one hand... In a vacuum, yes. On the other hand, it's Potemkin at range 1. I think, knowing Sam, he probably just says, okay, whatever, and hits you.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would do. I would probably just throw a Wild Swing into it, be like, okay, I don't need to prepare. My deck hits you.
So,
we'll see.
Might be a bit of an awkward situation for Eugenia, depending on her exact hand contents right now.
Yeah, she does seem to actually be considering her options, and not just windmill slamming that. Prepares, okay. Potemkin has the turn and the gauge. What's he going to do with it? There's the Wild Swing. Makes sense. Alright. Is Eugenia comfortable responding to this mix-up from hand, or is she also going to Wild Swing and maybe get some extra value if she lands a stray hit?
If Potemkin does go too crazy on the Wild Swing line, Cat Cradle could actually be quite threatening. Oh, that's a funny interaction.
She can't stun him. She's going to pull him into range of his own attack.
Yep, it only does 2 damage, which the player's just caught, and takes 6 back.
Yep. Was that from hand, by the way, the Plot Hook?
That was from hand, yes.
Okay, yeah. That's very amusing, yeah. Huh. Yeah, so in terms of, like, specifically calling out exactly the right thing, this is an example of kind of exactly calling out the wrong thing, right? She played one of the only things she could have played that would have lost that dust. It was that or cross. Unfortunate. It does give her room, however, to back up, which doubtless is what she wanted, right, is get Potemkin cornered.
Yep. Pretty brave, honestly, to initiate that into a Potemkin Wild Swing. Like, even though it traded, that might have been one of the better cases you could hope for with this card. Just the numbers on it are just not that high.
True. Yep. Alright, she's going to cause Potemkin to discard... Ooh, loses a slash. Darn, he likes both sides of that quite a lot. No reveal, though, so he's going to take only 1 damage and then close 3 spaces. So he basically paid 1 life for 3 spaces of movement, 1 life and a force. That's good for grappler standards.
Yeah, losing the assault also softened by not getting stunned out of his Hammerfall, because Hammerfall does a lot of what you want that assault to do.
Yeah, if she had managed to throw like EX Absinthe and Reveal, then the Hammerfall would have been extremely sad. Boosting Let's Rock here at range 3, not particularly intimidated by Eugenia having the initiative, which I guess she's dropped an Assault and an Absinthe. If he's holding his other assaults, then defending on curve is pretty reasonable here. She prepares.
I know it's often correct to defend with Mega Fist, and I do because you have to, but it's always sad to me to spend that card not as Megaton of Furiosa.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Megaton of Furiosa is it's pretty horrifying, right? Like especially if you're in Exceed mode and you're at range 1, then you can promptly cancel into having +3 power, +2 armor, ignore armor. I also like to pair that with Badass if I feel like ending the game with a 2-gauge Ultra that isn't Gigantic Eye.
Yep.
Spin 2-gauge and shout very loudly, and there's my Potemkin Buster for, I think 10. I have to do the math. A lot.
A lot. Yep.
Potemkin initiating. The telegraph is definitely that it's the other copy of Slash. Could be a Gigantic Eye, could be a dive. And the mix-up is Dust, as usual. Oh, or Sweep. That +1 power is a big deal.
It'd even be like a... Yeah, a lot of things, but those seem like the most likely options.
Yeah, hypothetically there are other options, and I don't even just like the Mega Fist here. It is on curve, it draws some cards. The risk is that if you trade, you may well be giving Eugenia range 1 with Queen of Hearts. There's the sweep. Doesn't stun the focus, but does not get hit back, so very, very good for Potemkin. Yep. Gonna take a card out of that hands.
There's the spike that would have beat it,
got their
but
armor,
it's so scary to defend with spike.
Yes. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, not stunned, doesn't hit back. Nice clean win for Potemkin, and that's gonna make the life totals look much more much less balanced than they were a moment ago.
EX attack though, getting value out of his unhinged, assuming it connects.
Yep, feels a lot like what's it called? Rarelight? Rarelight.
That could make sense though. Potemkin does, like we've been talking about, have a second type of assault. Oh, okay, wow.
Alright.
Potemkin goes down to no hand after getting he's going to draw two. Yeah. But sweeps 2 cards out.
To take 1 less damage.
That sounds correct. I think Eugenia took 3 and should have taken 2.
Yeah. But yes, managed to rip away 2 cards and gets extra damage from her character ability. Fortunately for...
How did she reveal? I didn't catch that.
I did not catch the reveal either, honestly.
Okay, fair enough.
I was too busy thinking about how much damage this was.
Yep, with reveal 9.
So
okay, yeah, because Potemkin dropped Dust and Dive, so Spike to match the Dust makes sense. And I guess Eugenia in a Season 7 matchup, except Anji, is a little more free to reveal normals than she would usually be.
Yeah,
because no threat reading threat.
So Cat's Cradle? Like, it trades with Popbuster, it might even trade up.
Yep.
And she still has it, I think we know that. Like, I don't think she dropped it yet.
Yep. Yeah, I was wondering... what's the mix of Potemkin?
Cross?
Yeah. Other than that, not a ton of things that perform that well into the Cat's Cradle.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there it is.
There it is.
Popbuster for the trade, maybe? Okay, advantage.
Yeah, Garuda for the trade. Fair enough.
That's reasonable, yeah. Hits for 6. Eugenia loses her hands.
Yep.
Potemkin loses his hand.
Yeah, but they're doing it in the wrong order. Eugenia needs to lose her hand first, so she can't actually match in this case.
Right.
Looks like their players are correcting it, though.
Order matters here. So 6 power brings Eugenia to 8 life. She discards her hand, which matters a lot. Yep. There you go.
Discards. Well, that's just 1 card. Needs 1 more still.
There we go.
Hot Hook and Spike.
3 and 4. Oh, that's funny. She could have presumably revealed either of those.
And then...
Alright. And now Potemkin loses... Okay, yeah, the Speed 4 match would have mattered. And she hits back for a full 9 power.
-1 Potemkin armor.
Oh, so. True. 8 damage.
Who do you think is favored here? Like, resources and just scary board position-wise, I'd say Potemkin, but...
this is very tight. Because she doesn't have that... Oh, no.
Yikes.
Because she didn't have that, I would have said Potemkin was favored.
Notably, Potemkin, no cards in hand, doesn't get swept by either the card or the effect, so
True.
only takes 1
Only
damage.
1 damage.
But
But now she has +2 power unless Potemkin throws that gauge away to change cards. So it's either... Oh man, that's such a painful action. I feel your pain, Potemkin.
yeah, but probably does
Probably
need to do
correct.
it.
Eugenia, for her part, almost certainly should be changing cards with that gauge, because she's not likely to get up to 3 before the game is over. And I don't realistically see her wanting to exceed with 2 gauge. I think it's either build up to Queen of Hearts or change cards now. And there you go. Alright. Well, Potemkin can still threaten lethal here. Not just with a card draw, but with, a power boost, cancel, strike. He can get to 8 power without a lot of hassle. So, unfortunately, he is down. Let's see. It's fairly hard for Eugenia to kill him on the crackback. Most
Let's
concerning
also
positions.
have, I believe, one of each Ultra left, so if he just wants to get some armor, though it looks like that is not what he wants, it looks like he wants to try to end this game right now.
Alright, looks to me like a badass cancel, huge potbuster for speed 4, power 8.
Could be. Could also be another Garuda Impact, because this does have enough defensive stats to survive a grasp and hit back against it.
True. Yeah, as long as she's not holding something like EX Grasp.
It just depends on
Yeah.
what Potemkin's worried about.
Yep. Had enough options in hand. Notably, he kept 3 back, so he's not gonna give her a +2 power with hanging by a thread. So,
Yep, unless you can manage to get a discard somehow.
Yep,
which is possible.
Kind of reasonable. Eugenia could blocking this would be really crushing if it's Garuda Impact, and still pretty nasty if it's anything else, honestly. But if she gets the turn, then she can threaten to kill. Uh-oh, is that EX Grasp?
EX, that's scary.
It is EX
Okay.
Grasp. Alright, okay,
Oh,
it's
but
Potbuster.
Potemkin played the one that survived. Well, depending on the sweep. The sweep determines everything.
Does it? That has 2 armor, 4 guard?
Oh, correct. Okay, yes.
Yeah, so there's the reveal.
So this is 6 power coming in.
Yes, and he has 2 armor. He goes to 1 life, and she also goes
Oh,
to 1 life.
no. The reveal and the hit effect. That's enough.
Oh! Discard and then +2. That's 8.
Yeah, that's 8.
Lethal. Holy cow.
That's lethal.
Whew. EX Grasp is what you needed. Alright. Eugenia
Wow.
probably could have changed cards a little more aggressively, but she did get what she needed. Potemkin closing out with Potbuster. That was awesome. Alright.
Scary.
Battle of
It
Grapple.
looks possible that the EX Grasp was what was in her hand when she changed cards, just based on the position the cards got pulled from, if she didn't shuffle. But she might have shuffled, but I wasn't paying close attention to that.
I wasn't paying that much attention. Either way, nice quick set, good games. Thank you very much for joining me in the booth.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Yep. Alright, I'm going to close the stream down. Remember to drink water, it's good for you, stay hydrated. Bye.